Hey guys, welcome back. BGCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of November 16th, 2023. The current character challenge is Rebirth Jessica Cruz. That is a 1 week repeat. The required characters for that are Flash, Sinestro, and Superman, who are available at bronze, and gold tier respectively. If you're looking at the lowest tier, you can get each of them. Her passive is Lantern's Might, which means that each Green Lantern on her team extends her special attack 2 by 1 hit and adds combat effects, and her combo Ender has a chance for Kilowog to put the opponent in stasis with his ring. She's got 1,325 attack, and she's got the exact same number for her health for base stat.
Alright, so she was last available January this year, about 10 months ago, and she is every bit as good as she looks. And I would hazard to say even better now that I've had a chance to really play with her in a different way. So let's start with the obvious, right? She's an excellent basic damage dealer. She's got the higher stats of late game challenge characters, and she's got a bunch of extra hits on her combo ender, making her a great card for gears that have a combo ender effect, like Power Drain with Razzle Scimitar, or the Healing with Gauntlets of Azrael, where each combo ender hit gets the effect. And the reason why is that her combo ender, so a normal combo ender should do, a tap combo should do 2%, 2%, 2% of the attack stat, then 3% if you get the combo ender.
Yeah.
Instead, she goes 2, 2, she gets the 3, and then she gets another 3, and then she gets 4, 4, 4, and 4. So instead of a combo, tap combo with the combo ender giving you 9%, she gets 28% of her attack stat.
Which is ridiculous.
It is. And that's before any critical hit calculations.
Yeah.
So potentially with 2.5 of that, what's 28 times 2.5? I don't know. 2 would be 56.
Yeah.
Half would be another 14. Mm-hmm. So that would be 70%. She can do 70% of her attack stat in one combo if she's got all crit hits.
Yeah.
And gets the combo ender. And her heavy's good too. So her heavy combo normally should be 4, 4, and 4. She's got 4 hits. She's got 4 heavy combo hits.
Yeah.
And it'll do 16% instead of 12. Not as big a difference, but still pretty good.
Yeah, but for both of her attacks, she's basically punching out of her weight class. She's doing the amount of damage that somebody with a higher attack stat would do.
So, and even better than the fact that her tap combo with combo ender does 20% damage, or more than 3 times what it should. Those 5 extra hits means she's generating double the power that she should with the tap combo.
Yeah, a little bit more even.
Yeah. So Kilowog, putting the opponent in stasis, seems to work like a stun. So you could try to lean into it by giving Jessica Cruz Cloak of Destiny or Nekron Scythe. And there's maybe about a 30% chance of stun on her combo ender. I mean, so it's not a great thing to work around. That's why we don't have her like that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't put her on a team of Green Lanterns, and you give up on the part of her passive that gives more special 2 hits, she's still really good, which is what you're seeing in the current footage. She is really good because we have stuck her on a team with Green Lanterns, and we are using her as her special specialist. Because it's tempting, right? She's basic damage dealer. She's got a great ability for it. And it's good enough. But holy moly, that special 2 part of her passive, it's ridiculous. Our previous team, where we used Hawkgirl to get faster tag in and tag out Red Lantern Hal Jordan with his ability to strip all the gears off the opponent, that was all right. This is absolutely brilliant. All right, so we're showcasing her on a Green Lantern team. We've got John Stewart Green Lantern and Red Sun Green Lantern. They are both acting as tanks. Red Sun Green Lantern, because of his passive to not be stunned and not take critical damage, he doesn't need to be geared especially like a tank, so we've given him power generating gears so he can at least have some offensive potential. Yeah. And John Stewart, because of his invulnerability, that helps the entire team along with gears that make him tankier or hardier. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the few times we've used Mother Box intentionally, because sometimes it lets Jessica Cruz more easily handle opponents that start with power by draining it. It means that she's less vulnerable because her third gear, Tentu Totem Master's Deskart, her third gear is Quake Engine to increase the amount of the damage that she does with her specials against unpowered opponents, and also to extend the damage over time that she gets at the end of her special 2 when she's got her teammates. Mm-hmm. Now, on the flip side, though, the Mother Box does make it harder against opponents with 2 or more LexCorp gears because it reverses power drain and it gives the opponent power. So it does there's a chance it does the exact opposite of what we want.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of really interesting things now that I've played with her. So, all right. When her special 2 is enhanced by having 2 Green Lantern teammates, it has so many hits and lasts so long and does so much damage that it can get past more than 1 invulnerability of Astro Harness. So when you tag her in, do a special 2, you can get through the first invulnerability, and you might feel, oh shoot, now she's only going to get a few of her hits against the opponent when the invulnerability is over.
Yeah.
And it's not that bad, because if they're not blocking, it takes them right down to the second invulnerability. And sometimes past it, so that they're down to less than half health. They've got maybe 1 invulnerability left. It's ridiculous. The remaining hits just do so much damage that it almost makes up for not getting your power back.
Yeah. And
it buys us time. So, because we've become so spoiled and used to having Hawkgirl on our team and letting us tag in and out almost at will, it actually kills a lot of time. Now, that being said, sometimes it's a good idea to plan against certain opponents where you want to have the option of tagging out. So specifically, I'm thinking about Arkham Knight Batgirl saving an Arkham teammate. So not only does Arkham Knight Batgirl save her teammate by stunning, but Jessica Cruz Special 2 does so much damage that you lose a normal benefit of her Special 2 taking a long time to finish, which normally kills enough time so that you can mostly tag out when you want to. So you need to make up for the time that you're going to lose because Arkham Knight Batgirl tags in so quickly because Jessica Cruz is just so powerful.
Yeah.
Also, power dampening team. Sometimes you want to be able to have that option. So where you might not get enough power for a Special 2, Jessica Cruz's extra combo under hits really help here. And the other thing is, the first part of her Special 2 is a swipe minigame, but it's one of the easier ones because each swipe is 10%, not 5%.
Yeah.
So the obvious part here is that Jessica Cruz, even though she is in the Rebirth universe, she's a Green Lantern. And she counts as a Green Lantern for whenever that matters, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's tempting when the game sets it up by naming them of the same universe, right? So there's Rebirth Raven, there's Rebirth Wally West and stuff. Yeah. It can be tempting to make her a basic damage dealer on a Rebirth team because, having someone who does basic damage as a backup can be really useful. Not necessary, but it's not a bad kind of strategy.
Yeah.
But she's just too good. She's too good to be just a support player on any team. And I gotta say, the Rebirth team is a funny one because outside of maybe Wally West, who increases his likelihood that he dodges specials, I don't think there's a lot of synergy on Rebirth teams. They don't really help each other much.
Yeah.
They're just their name only. And it just makes so much sense to put her on a Green Lantern team. And I'm really seeing the benefit of it here in this fight. I mean, it's not technically her universe, but she's really that good. Right? So I guess that if you're not putting Jessica Cruz on a Green Lantern team, better options than a Rebirth team. The other option was what we showed last time when we had Hawkgirl, because really Hawkgirl is like S tier when it comes to characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. But man, she's pretty spectacular. Like,
yeah,
and you're watching the
talk
footage
about because she's great.
Yeah. Oh, I should point out a couple things that you probably see in the footage too. Not only can her Special 2 in theory knock out more than one opponent, that first fight of the first ladder of the ultimate, she is literally knocking out all 3 opponents with one Special 2 because they're not blocking. And it has that much power. And I think it happens in the first fight of the second ultimate too. And the stasis of her combo ender works like a stun, as I mentioned earlier, but in one way it might actually be better. So I think in the second fight of the first ultimate ladder, against Injustice 2 Superman with his shield against specials, usually when he's stunned, and you quickly do Special 1 to remove his shield, the stun finishes. You can see in the second fight that the animation shows he is still stunned after Jessica Cruz's Special 1.
Yeah.
After his shield is gone. Pretty spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah, so next week we should see, based off of the challenge character pattern, Suicide Squad Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we've used John Stewart Green Lantern. That was the one that we were missing from our cycle, so we're clearly using him. He's not the star on the team, but he's pretty good. He's really good at helping out Jessica Cruz.
So this week's multiplayer reward is Black Power Battery, which becomes Nekron Scythe when it evolves. And when it's maxed out, it gives you a 40% power steal on basic attacks if your HP is lower than 15%, 200% increased damage against frozen or stunned opponents, a 40% life drain on basic attacks if HP is lower than 50%, and the evolved ability, which is KO an enemy, knock out an enemy to gain Resurrect with 65% HP on death, and that is once per match.
Right.
It was last available in April of this year, and we should see Claw of Horus next week.
Another great legendary gear coming up. So, Nekron Scythe, it is an absolute true legendary gear. It's one of only 2 that can boost damage against stunned opponents and worth a gear slot if it had only that one ability.
Yeah.
But the boosted damage against frozen opponents makes it even better in one axis compared to Cloak of Destiny, even though Cloak has the advantage of boosted critical damage.
Mm-hmm.
And Nekron Scythe has the one revive for knocking out an opponent, which makes it amazing.
Yeah.
Fourth World Gear set, you need 2 slots to get that ability. And it's part of the reason why I almost never used 2 of the Fourth World Gear set, because it's just not that good.
You even used to need all 3, which was even worse.
Yeah. Power Drain, Lifesteal are great. They sound great, but it doesn't come into play often enough because of how rarely and how short a period of time that you can keep your health that low without getting knocked out. Or in the case of somebody, when you're getting health back, pushing yourself out of that.
What you'd really
range.
want is Power Drain and something else that was good, like some chance to stun or something like that, so that once you got low, if you just played well, you could stay there.
Right.
But yeah, the problem is that if you play well, you have too much health.
Well,
and if you don't play well, then you're dead.
And the gear works against you, right? Because it's got lifesteal.
Yeah.
So it takes you out of that range, the sweet spot.
Yeah.
But listen, if you can keep your health that low in Power Steel, you potentially run into the problem against any card that has 2 pieces of Lexicor gear too. And it's, 2 pieces of Lexicor gear is the same counter that people use against Batman, Ninja, Catwoman's passive. That is our problem with using Mother Box. I think, now that I've played with it a bit, I still think the best way to take advantage of those 2 low health abilities is probably New 52 Shazam.
Yeah.
You'll need to max out his passive so it lasts as long as possible. But, that means he's got to be at least Elite 3. You've got to have enough Valorium Alloy to power it up. But if you do, he's really fun to play with. His passive trigger is to give him 21 seconds of being immune from knockout, and his health stays low enough to trigger the abilities of Nekron Scythe. And plenty of time. 21 seconds is plenty of time to mash up the opponent's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great gear. This is a good week to be playing.
Yeah. So moving on to the store, we have the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn bundle. That is $24.99 Canadian. That's where we are, so that's the information we have. So that's what we're telling you is Canadian prices. Canadian dollar.
The only currency that matters.
Yeah. So that's a corroborating clue to what next week's challenge is. It's sort of the second piece of evidence that the cycle is not breaking arbitrarily on a random week in November. But it also comes with 100,000 power credits. It doesn't unlock a copy in your store, so it's, pretty expensive for what it is, especially if you're able to play next week and you're confident that you'd be able to actually play enough and earn it. There's no real reason to buy, one copy for $25.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We also have the Bleed Out pack, which is also $24.99, and that comes with Batman Returns Catwoman, Regime Aquaman, and Mortal Kombat Scorpion, the last 2 of which are challenge characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Those are the 2 packs. There's a bunch of other packs that have been around for a long time, a couple of years almost, for all of them. So that's probably not worth mentioning. Phantom Zone is finished. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was Cyborg, Batgirl, and Black Adam, which means next weekend's is probably going to be Deadshot, Wonder Woman, Static. Link in the description to a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. And as far as the current glitches go, this is where we normally talk about it, and we do go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. However, even if nothing changes, we still do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month. Most recently, that was a recap from 2 weeks ago, November 2nd. And you can also see a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Working Glitches, linked in the description of this video and in the eye in the top right corner. The one thing worth mentioning is that the challenge reset glitch has been confirmed to be working on this week's Rebirth Jessica Cruz challenge.
Yeah. So there you go. To finish up, we'd like to give a huge thanks to the people who support us on Patreon. That's Michael Devries, Irvin, Ruiz, and Hoshi127 on the credited level, as well as the names scrolling past that have supported us at some point during the pandemic. Thank you so much for your support, And thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.